Great work, England.
All right, it happened at 1:18 yesterday, Wednesday. It was when Rand Paul walked up and started speaking, and 10.5 hours later, he was done. The theme, NSA, the Patriot Act. He wants to see it stopped in its tracks.
There comes a time in the history of nations when fear and complacency allow power to accumulate and liberty and privacy to suffer. That time is now, and I will not let the Patriot Act, the most unpatriotic of acts, go unchallenged. The bulk collection of all Americans' phone records all of the time is a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment. My voice is rapidly leaving. My bedtime is long since past. There's a hunger in America for somebody to stand up, for all of us to stand up, for somebody to do the right thing.
11 hours in, he actually had to switch shoes to more comfortable ones, sneakers with yellow laces. Remember, the original act was signed into effect days after 9/11. It is set to expire June 1st. That's why he took to the floor there for nearly 11 hours. And the Senate has now 3 options. 1, extend the expiring provisions of the Patriot Act, set to expire June 1st, pass the United States Freedom Act, which then takes out some of that bulk collection of cell phone data, or let the law simply expire. And they don't have much time to make a decision.
Keep in mind, ultimately, in the beginning, the Patriot Act was to keep us safe here by spying on people over there. In FISA, the F stands for foreign. Somehow it has encapsulated all of us where the government spies on and keeps all of that data. Rand Paul doesn't like the fact that they can just do it without a warrant. The Constitution makes it very clear, if you want to spy on Americans, you've got to have a warrant, and in this case, they don't.
If I want to spy on you, I just grab your cell phone right there that you leave on the couch.
Exactly, all the time. And by the way, you used to do that, and someone just said Tony Danza was coming on the show. Someone hacked into my Twitter yesterday. I'm not really sure, but I'd love to see Tony Danza on the show today. He's not booked. Real quick, on this, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is that Rand Paul's really on an island in that Ted Cruz says, I'm not for everything you're talking about. Rand Paul does not support that act. And the problem is, and the big challenge is, in today's electronic age, these people are being inspired here as Americans to put an axe in your head if you're a cop in Queens, to try to kill a lacrosse player if you happen to be traveling in New Jersey for a redemption, to get beheaded in Oklahoma because you're inspired by what you read online, and to show up in Garland, Texas with M16s, or was it M16s? I believe AK-47. AK-47, excuse me, and try to wipe out 200 people because they didn't agree with freedom of speech.
The thing ultimately, for me, for a lot of people, is you don't like to be spied on by the government if you had nothing to do with anything bad. And unfortunately, the way the Patriot Act is working right now, we're all being spied on.
Well, this is the question he asked. Are you really willing to give up your liberty for security? A great question for all Americans today.
The phone company has your phone number anyway. They know every call you made. To check out the old-fashioned bills. They used to list them all there. It's just a matter of where they keep them, how they keep them, and if they're able to cull through them when they need to.
Right, and whether you trust the government, and a lot of people don't. Meanwhile,